Hi, it's Chris Watkin here with Chris Kyriacou, the coolest man in estate agency
Yes,
marketing.
that's
Thanks
me.
for joining me, Chris.
No problem, Chris.
Self-employed estate agency, everyone seems to be banging on about it, including myself. What's
Mm.
your thoughts on it? Talk to me.
It depends. Like, there's a few different guises of this self-employed
Yes.
model going around.
Well, these are not definitive, but you've got the Remax boys and
Yeah.
girls, you've got Keller, EXP,
Mhm.
Easy Prop. Yeah, there's a few of them. You've got Sean Newman, you've
Yeah.
got Fine and Country Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, in terms of the model itself and how it works, I can't really comment. I haven't worked inside of it. How they're marketed and how they're sold to agents to get them on board is another story, and that varies wildly between the companies. But I do think that the personal brand is the way to go in the future. That is the one thing from like the American model that I love, and I think it helps.
People buy from people.
People buy from people, and I've been banging on about it for ages, for a stage. So all of my clients, the first thing I get them to do is set up your own personal Facebook page as the local authority in your town. Okay, so that when we serve adverts, they're coming from you rather than your company, because company ads are really easy to scroll past. No one goes on Facebook to be advertised to. But when they see a post from a person, or what looks like a person, it's much more clickable, right? And I think it's the same here. You know, in agency, I remember when I was an estate agent and I worked in the same town for quite some time, people instructed our company because they were instructing me because they knew me. You know, we'd spoken in the past, we'd met in Asda, we'd done all sorts of, you know, we got to know each other, right? And I think the personal brand, so I've moved away from this you asked me a question about self-employed
No, it's
agency,
fine.
I've moved into personal brand.
No, they're all entitled together. So
But I think the personal brand is really, really the way to go, and I think it helps you to move people along that know, like, and trust journey.
Okay, so what about all these self-employed agents that seem to be banging on and glorified salesmen for the
Yeah,
the
I
model
hear you.
itself?
I hear you. Let's move on to a couple of negatives, like you say. You know, it does seem that a lot of people jumping on board to some of these providers, and all they're actually doing is trying to get other agents on board, rather than actually building their own market.
Some of the models, if you bring other
Yeah.
agents on board, you get a slice of their action.
Yeah, it's a bit like pyramid selling, really, like Amway or whatever it is. I'm not saying that Amway's pyramid selling. I have no idea. That name just popped into my head. But it feels like that sort of model is coming into agency. And is that great? Is that good for agency? I think that the only thing that benefits is the company at the top. I could be wrong. I don't really know. I haven't looked into it enough. One other thing I remember when I started the vendor lead engine, which is a system that I used to generate leads for estate agents, back in 2017, I had a lot of people that had bought into like a franchise to get like support or to get cheaper portal pricing and stuff like that. But what I always found lacking was the training. It's like they'll bring anyone on board and just let them loose. And I think that really doesn't help with the perception of estate agents. You know, when you just bring anybody into the business and just letting them loose without giving them the adequate training on, you know, how to deal with clients, how to deal with a sale, it's not that easy. So I'm hoping that the self-employed companies are given the adequate training. I know some of them are.
Some of them are. I mean,
Yeah.
Keller Williams,
Yeah.
particularly,
Yeah, definitely.
very heavy on their
Yeah,
training, almost to
definitely.
the point where you could almost be trained all the time, not actually go out there and do the
Yeah,
business.
true. But you know, you can. The great thing about Keller Williams is the information's there, and you can dive in and dive out at you know, on your needs, right?
Again, do you think there's people out, coming back to the selling bit,
Yeah.
do you think there are agents out there that are probably too focused on getting other agents on board with their product, with their model, as opposed to trying to go and get their own business?
I don't know that I want to say that. I think that we're in tough times, right, for some agents, and they've got to make money somehow, right? So if they're not busy enough with their own agency, then they might lean on trying to get more agents into the business. So that it's a bit of a vicious cycle, really. If it's so good, why aren't you so busy that you're just dealing with your market rather than trying to fish for other agents coming in? But yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that really. But that's what my thought would be.
Do you think how would you, if you were one of these models where you've got to kick back from bringing someone on board, how would you market both yourself to get business as an estate agent for yourself, but also market the model to bring people underneath you?
For me, I would just concentrate on my game. Okay, I would concentrate on what I'm doing. I would concentrate on my wins. I would concentrate on giving my clients the best possible service that helps me to and leverage the model to grow my market share and let other people see by example what's going on. There's some great people out there at the moment that are doing some really great stuff in the biz, great marketing. Ian Story, for example, lovely videos. I'm sure he's getting asked all the time, how do you do the video, mate? How do you do that? So just keep giving goodness and people will come, right? I think from the minute you say, join this model, hundreds of thousands of agents are joining it, blah, 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 ring me up, DM me, then I sniff a rat. I sniff a rat. You should be out there giving your clients the care that they expect from you, and let the other agents come to you and ask you how you're doing so well.
Instead of trying to sell, get people to buy.
Yeah, it goes back to another discussion we had about the right move bragging. It's the same thing with a different hat.
Okay. Thank you for your time today.
No problem.